Welcome to Can Angels Fly, Tarot and More. My name is Nancy, and I'm here to read the tarot cards. Hello, everyone. Hello, Wingman. How are you? Welcome here to Can Angels Fly, Tarot and More. As mentioned, my name is Nancy. Today, I'm going to read the tarot cards, and I'm going to attempt to read for all zodiac signs. And for this one, only thing you have to do is listen. But this particular type of reading requires you to listen to all 12 zodiac signs and check all that apply in order to get an understanding about what's taking place in your life. There may very well be a part two to this particular type of tarot reading so that I can help you make sense to what you accept out of this reading. Try to make it make sense. I'm going to apologize up front for me patting and wave fanning and the fan blowing. It's very hot today. If you follow me, you know I'm in Detroit, Michigan, and the weather has been pretty rough. We've had some storms that have flooded the city and surrounding areas, and it has left it very, very humid. The weather, the rain has left everything very humid. So, if you're ever interested in offering any support, you can do so by Cash Apping me. My Cash App name is below this video. It is also on the header of my homepage. If you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so by contacting me by email. My email is below this video as well. I guess I should have done a sound check. Let's see how that goes. I guess I should have done a sound check. It's very loud, okay, but I ain't gonna worry about it. Okay, excuse me. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say for Aries. I want to add one thing. Give me a moment. Let's do Aries. Aries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to try to move quick. All right. Excuse me, Aries. Excuse me. My voice all rusty. I haven't been talking much. Let's see. First card for you, Aries, is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands represents your beliefs, your highest understanding, your level of awareness and comprehension in this world, and your beliefs govern what you do and won't do, or why you do what you do or don't do. The next card is the Six of Cups, and it's in reverse, pointing back to the Five of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about things from the past. And so with the cup, the card before the Six of Cups, as mentioned, is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups talks about crying over spilt milk or being sorrowful or regretful and things like that, and not being able to move on. Not being able to move on. It seems, based on the very first two cards, Aries, that you may very well be in a place at this time or soon where you had such high hopes for something in your life, whether it was a person, place, thing, circumstance, and or situation, and you got it, and you got to experience it, and there was some negative happenings that occurred, and during this time period, I'm talking about, it's going to be difficult for you to let it go, let go of that desire that you had, that longing that you had, that you obtained, whether it's a person, place, thing, circumstance, or situation. And the reason why it's going to be difficult for you to let it go, to move on, is because you really believed that it was necessary to happen in your life. Again, whether it was a love affair, or friendship, an association, it could be you having an experience such as, I don't know, being a part of a group or an organization, you believe that you needed to participate, and you got to. And for things not to go as you had planned is disheartening. And again, now you're trying to cope with sorrow and sadness and things like that as a direct result of things not going as you had hoped or anticipated. The next card is the Hermit card, and the Hermit card is in reverse. The Hermit card in reverse talks about or suggests maybe like a lack of wisdom or awareness or foresight or foreknowledge relative to that thing that you wanted so badly. Like you didn't foresee all the possibilities or weigh the pros and the cons associated with you actually participating in that desire you had. Going back to the example of if you wanted a relationship so bad and you got it, you didn't weigh the pros and cons relative to being or participating in a relationship or a particular relationship. What you may very well have just seen or acknowledged or expected or anticipated is that it would be all that you had hoped, but you didn't look at things that were of no interest to you, like a person maybe not being as, wonderful as you had hoped, or the relationship between you and them being as wonderful or as smooth as you had hoped. These are things that you didn't look at. The next card is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Aries. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse suggests that you went into the relationship or circumstance or situation, whatever the details are to your story, like ill prepared. Why were you ill prepared? It goes back into the Hermit that says you didn't look at the pros and cons. Even though you did not look at the pros and cons, it's no excuse, or it does not, exempt you from manifesting that which is relevant. And when I say relevant, I'm saying using as an example, if you are Aries that wanted to participate in a relationship or a group or whatever, even though you didn't look at the pros and cons, possibly the good and bad of participating with that, entity, or relationship or, group or whatever, it's irrelevant, because whether you looked at or acknowledged that there are pros and cons, positives and negatives, they still exist. And for every positive, there is it's predetermined realities that would unfold just because you joined that relationship. And also relative, I don't even know if I'm saying what I'm trying to say correctly. Forgive me if I'm not. I have not. It's been over a month since I've read it, so please be patient with me. Again, it's irrelevant if you acknowledge the pros and cons. The cons exist regardless. And as a direct result of the cons you may experience because you're in a particular relationship, participating in it. Again, a relationship is just an example. You could have joined a club, a group, or organization, a circumstance, a situation. That's all you need to do. There are cons. And because you choose to participate with that other entity, there are pros and cons. And those cons bring about or promise to bring about some manifestations. And so the Queen of Pentacles talk about how you were not prepared, for what was to come. And I do believe when it has to do with you, Aries, that you were very excited and enthusiastic about participating or being a part with something outside of yourself, and you had all these high hopes and visions and ambitions about what you could achieve or experience, and you got with that other entity, begin to participate with it, and yes, you experienced some of the wonderful things that you had envisioned, but it also came with its handful of cons or negatives or things you weren't anticipating or interested in experiencing. And and those things you did manifest. This is what the Queen of Pentacles represents. You were masterfully manifested both that which came from the positives or the pros, and you also masterfully manifested some possibly negative things that came with the cons. I'm hoping I make that make sense. The next card and your last card, Aries, is the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups comes in reverse. The Ace of Cups suggests that as of now or very soon, Aries will be back to the Six of Cups in reverse, pointing back to the Five of Cups, very regretful, sorrowful, sad that you even did it. Sad that you even did what? That you began that relationship or that partnership or your participation with that entity outside of yourself, whether it's a person, place, situation, or circumstances. Very regretful. And why? It's all because you inadvertently had to experience the cons or the negatives. So what does this reading that I'm picking up for Aries suggest? It suggests, hey Aries, before you impulsively, that's a verb, for you impulsively jump in to participate with something that is of interest to you, you need to stop first. It's like controlling the impulse. Stop first and really ponder what you're doing. It's saying, hey, you got to learn how to, not only foresee the positives, but you have to foresee the negatives as well. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to, carry the burdens and the responsibilities and the anxieties that come with the with the cons, with the negative energy, with that which you don't want or you haven't foreseen. Hopefully that makes sense, Aries. It's, hey, you understand. It's like look before you leap. Look before you leap. Because it's most likely something there that you really don't want and you really don't want to deal with. And then you're going to want to just go out. And you'll be in a cycle of experience and won't have the liberty to just bail out. But you'll have to live out the whole experience, the whole cycle of the experience. Hopefully that made sense. Gonna move on to the next one, which is, if I can, Taurus. Hopefully you can see the little magnifying glass moving. Remember, check all that applies. I want to move so much faster, but then I get to stumbling over my words and really don't meditate. See, it's charged. All right, Taurus, let's see. Your first card is the Chariot card. Your next card is the Eight of Swords. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Then you have the Lover's card in reverse. And last but not least is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Chariot card immediately suggests that you have a certain level of self-confidence at this time, or you soon will. You will feel in control. You will feel, again, a level of personal control, self-esteem, personal power. Your energy may be up as you move forth through this time period. As mentioned, the next card is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords talks about an obsessive, compulsive mindset, thought. I hope, Taurus, that you are not obsessing over somebody. It is possible. And if that be the case, the Chariot card would suggest then this aggressiveness, this boldness, domineering, like running somebody down. It's possible that you're running somebody down. Hopefully not. I'm hoping that most Tauruses are engaging in like the occult knowledge, or hidden knowledge, or tapping into, they're using their intuition and having insight and things like that with the Eight of Swords. You may very well, some Tauruses may very well really be picking up or perceiving someone that's significant in their life, thoughts, where their mind is, being able to like ride the wave with another person without actually having to talk to them or be in close commune with them. Do you get what I'm saying? Again, I haven't read cards in about at least a month, so I'm a bit rusty and I haven't been talking. So I'm trying to find a way to ride. But it's just like having this, being in sync with someone. It is possible. Either way, whatever's going on, whether Taurus is obsessing over somebody, mentally in sync with someone, or how can I say, like laser focus on an idea or something like that. It is that intensity of engagement and involvement that is adding to a Taurus's sense of self-worth, personal power, and energy. The next card is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles talks about someone pulling back from advancing toward you when you like this. So I got to go back and talk about this Taurus that's obsessing over something or someone possibly. I think that some Tauruses have a love interest that they have been putting all of their energy into. Again, it's obsessive, compulsive energy. You're constantly thinking about them, you're constantly calling them. And what is happening for this particular type of Taurus is the other is withdrawing from you. They are using your desperation to be with them as a way to help themselves like stay back. It's like, how can I say it? It almost seems to me that this person like wanted an excuse. I'm saying this wrong. Wanted an excuse to be able to pull back from you. It's like they feel like they got you now. Like you wrapped around a finger, like you're losing control. So since you're losing control, they no longer have to progress towards you or seek you out or pursue you. They can kick back and sit back and wait for you to do everything. That's what some Tauruses are dealing with. And the next card is the Lover's card in reverse. Yeah, something is really getting thrown off for Taurus. Again, it's this energy that you're in, Taurus, where again you're obsessing, compulsive, and that is the other. It's somebody, let me give you an example. I gave the love example. It could be the example of being so intuitive again and in sync with somebody. You can finish saying something that they are about to say. It's offset to them. It's disturbing to them. They're pulling back from you. You know, again, however you are executing this obsessive, compulsive, intuitive energy, it is offsetting to somebody, and they're retreating from you. They're pulling back from you, and it is the break of that is shown by the Lover's card in reverse. It's this separation or division or this break between you and another. Now, that's in any arena of your life that this is playing out towards. I'm trying to think, you could be, I don't know, you could be a psychic, a tarot reader, and you so on point when a client contacts you that you scare them, and it causes them to break or separate from you. Or, as mentioned, when it comes to romantic or love relationships, you're so obsessive over them and so compulsive over them that it's offsetting to them, or they feel like they don't have to progress towards you anymore because you're doing everything. So they pull back from you. They got you wrapped around their fingers, that kind of energy. And so the relationship begins to break. They don't feel like they have to do anything to, interact with you anymore. You're doing everything. The Lover's card in reverse also suggests that it's necessary for you to have your interaction with this other entity or person because they're revealing something to you. And what they are revealing to you is as mentioned, which is your obsessive compulsive personality, your dependency, or your intuition. It's revealing that. It's also revealing people's response to such traits. Again, if a person is obsessive and compulsive and trying to control another, a person will separate from you or feel like you've given them all the power. You've literally given them all the power and they don't have to do anything. Or if you are so intuitive, that is scary to some people for a person to be able to see into the ethereal realm and know the whole truth, and so it's revealing to you some aspects of yourself. And as mentioned, and as shown before, your last card is the Eight of Pentacles. Excuse me. It's hot, y'all. Eight of Pentacles. And Eight of Pentacles talks about this perfectionist, this work ethic, this level of skill and ability. And so the Eight of Pentacles is pointing out towards that you do possess, keeping with your motto you have for possess, you have a skill or talent. And it is in the field of intense. Is intense. Again, it's very focused, it's very laser sharp. And you are feeling and seeing that which others may not perceive. And it almost seems to me like the cards are saying, okay, Taurus, you have this gift. And you're not recognizing that you have this gift or talent. And you're using it. And how can I say, it's offsetting to people. You don't even understand the power that you got. You don't understand what you're doing. And when people have this negative response to it, you're not drawing a correlation between your abilities and them being offset with you. I think I'm saying that right. And withdrawn. It's saying, understand this, Taurus, that this time or soon, you're going to go through an experience like this. Understand you got this gift and talent. And this gift and talent you have to master. A part of mastering this gift and talent of intensity and having this laser intuition is to understand, number one, that you got it. Number two, that everybody cannot handle it. And it is like with the Lover's card in reverse, this is your gift. It is about you having a gift that you have to harness and you have to master. When I say master, I'm talking about how to use it. How can you use it? And it's like using this gift in relationship while you're still dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? How to say? Try to make this make sense. I'm gonna use a psychic or a tarot reader as an example. When people come to you or a person and they ask them to read the tarot cards or something, most people expect you to be able to land or be accurate in your reading. That's what they came to you for. But people in general in your life, like significant others and friends and neighbors and things like that, they didn't come to you and ask for your, for you to use your gift to help to tell them about their life. It can be offsetting. So that's a part of mastering it. Know how to still relate to or, commune with others while still having this gift. It's like you got to be able to, keep the gift under wraps or to try to play it normal, be normal when around people that, they're not ready for it. They're not ready for it. So what am I saying? Because I'm all over the place. I'm saying, Taurus, okay, soon, if it has already, soon, you're going to find out or realize that you have a gift. You have an intense ability to perceive or comprehend on a level that others cannot. It will be, some people will be very afraid of it. People that will be afraid of it are people like your significant others and things like that, just general people in your life. And it is up to you to learn how to use this gift, to control the gift, to manage it. And then, of course, there will be times that there will be people in your life that are prepared to experience your gift. But first and foremost is you recognizing that you have it and then mastering it. Because I can say it like that, I'm there for long. Okay. Hopefully I can do better, get better, and move quicker. Okay, yeah. All right, Gemini. Hi, Yanni, how are you? You working, of course, on this here Sunday. Hey, Nancy, have you been? You've been away. I've been right here behind the scenes. Have not had much to say. I've been very quiet. Almost narc free. You almost narc free. Finally and forever. Have you done it? Nope, I haven't done the prayers yet. I'm just on Gemini. When I say I've been right here, behind the scenes, just doing some studies. I've been more in the real world, dealing with law and different things like that. And I've just been really quiet. Maybe I'll do an Aquarius rant because I've really been very quiet. I've been really concerned about what I have picked up in my tarot readings and astrology readings, astrology interpretations. And so I've been on YouTube looking around at other people's readings and interpretations. And I don't see anything lining up with mine at all. So I have some concerns. But only time will tell what is real. And I haven't been wanting to say much of anything because I have the tendency to be a negative Nancy. A negative Nancy. Why am I a negative Nancy? It's not because my name Nancy. It's because of all the stuff I done picked up in tarot and astrology. It is not that great, but I seem to be the only one that thinks or has comprehended that everything is not sugar and cream. What am I saying? I'm saying it just seems like everything that I'm watching, people are saying it's okay. It's something I'm missing, but only time will tell. So I just been chilling. Only time will tell. I've been in the real world, and then my personal downloads. That's what the information I've been receiving is about the real world. You know, our world has been recalibrated and things have been redefined, and so it's about getting back to the real world or our new normal. I guess I don't want to go too deep again on the Aquarius rant, maybe at a later time. I don't know. I gotta move faster. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if I can move just a little faster. Gemini. The wands came back out. Okay, Gemini. Let's see. Your first card is the Page of Wands in reverse. Let's see. Page of Wands, carrying all the responsibilities and duties associated with the aim, a passion, and or desire. Carrying it all, doing it all, Gemini. You had an aim, a passion, and or desire that you have successfully carried all the responsibilities and duties in relationship to it. However, you find at this time, or you soon will, that it's been the responsibilities and duties is what I'm talking about have been hefty. They've been mighty hefty. And you have been carrying them. You've been doing it. But you've gotten to this point where, I say, it's making you feel like you old. Like you're tired. You know, you've been doing it, but again, it's like having this negative impact upon you. And you're feeling old, you're feeling tired, you're feeling like, how can I do this for another 20 or 30 years? How can I possibly do this? It's that kind of energy. Even though what? You're successfully carrying all the responsibilities and duties associated with your desire, having your desire, living it out, experiencing it. But how can you do this for the rest of your life? I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. You may be a Gemini that just got a job, your dream job. Got your dream job. You've been carrying all the responsibilities and duties. You've been doing everything a manager's supposed to do. But can you really see yourself doing it for the next 20 or 30 years? Hiring and firing folks, maybe balancing, what they call it, paychecks, or I can't think what you call it. Dealing with the accounting and all that. Can you see yourself doing it? The pressure. Maybe you're a manager in sales or something and dealing with the public and the complaints. You've been doing this. You got your dream job. You've been doing everything a manager is supposed to do. But can you see yourself doing it? 10, 20, 30 years. You feel, that you feel tired. You feel a drain on you. Let's see. The next card is the the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse points back to the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords talks about your social partnerships, whether it's employee, siblings or friends, whatever kind of social partnership that you have, in which there is the Eight of Swords. Like you can't keep doing it. Again, you cannot keep doing it with this partnership. Let me try to explain. I don't want to miss the cards. Okay, yeah. Okay. You don't want Gemini. You are in some form of social contract. That social contract could be you got your dream job. So you have you're in a contract with whomever you're hired with. They expect you to do certain works and they're going to pay you so much. That's the social contract. Or you're in a social contract with another. Let me give you another example of how this can manifest in reality. You may very well have yes, I'm live. What is it? Huh? Don't forget my wipes. I'm live. You live with me. Don't say nothing stupid. What do you want? 2-0. You bringing it to me? No, I'm bringing you the wipes. Oh, you better bring me 2-0. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I forgot I was going to say. Another way it can manifest in Gemini life, you might have wanted a particular relationship. You might want to get married. You wanted to go all the way. And so you did go all the way. You got married and y'all moved into your own house, moved in together, whatever. So you're bearing all the responsibilities and duties associated with being a spouse. Everything you're doing, everything you believe you're supposed to do as a spouse and what your spouse wants you to do. But you now looking like, ooh, can I see myself doing this another 10, 20, 30 years, or maybe my whole life? I'm feeling tired, old, wore out, or like you're being drained in some way. And so the Eight of Swords talks about the inability to, again, have the laser focused. Who had, I don't get it. Somebody had this, I think it was Taurus, has this laser focus and concentration on a particular idea or ideal, not being able to do it in that particular contract. Hello? Hello? Yes? Yes? No, you didn't dial the wrong number. Bye. The devil mess with me however he got to mess with me. Even people dialing the wrong number. Next card, Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands talks about how each person that are participating in this social contract that you are involved in, Gemini. Let me try to make it make sense by using the example of you being a Gemini and landing your dream job. You, under that scenario, Gemini, are in a contract with whomever is hiring you. And they expect you to do some works and they agree to pay you. But most likely, the person or the company that hired you didn't just hire you. They hired other people. Those people are called your coworkers. So you got yourself, how many other coworkers you got, as well as the boss. And even though you and your boss have an agreement and you're both living up to that agreement or that contract, the others, those co-workers, all are doing something different. They may even have different terms on the table between them and the boss. And so that leads to some type of chaos and conflict. It's like an example of how it looks in reality is Gemini, you could be getting paid one amount, co-worker getting paid another amount, maybe for the same work. And it causes some type of chaos. Or it could be just people with childish attributes. And the coworkers are doing some he say, she say gossip, causing conflict. These are like examples of circumstances and situations or happenings that can play out that add stress to your job, to your dream job, that are now leading you to feel like, oh, I'm tired. I'm wore out. I don't know if I can see myself doing this another 10, 15, 20 years. The other example I've offered for Gemini, maybe you wanted to get married and you finally did. And now you're carrying all the responsibilities and duties associated with being a spouse. But you're at this point where you're feeling wore out. Maybe, just maybe, some Geminis married a person that already had children and an ex, and the children and the ex are constantly calling on your spouse. And you say, oh, I'm feeling a little old, tired, and wore out. I don't know if I can see myself doing this another 10, 20, 30 years or my life. Why? Because these extra people, the your spouse's ex and possible children, they're constantly calling and throwing wrenches into your newlywed life. And so that's what the Five of Wands means. Everybody kind of doing what they want to do, following their own passions and desires and interests. And it is causing you to feel weighed down in relationship to something that you really want to do, that you really feel like can be beneficial to your life, or is like you got to have the experience in your life. Anywho, the tarot cards say with the next card, Ace of Swords. You have to keep moving forward, whatever the details are to your unique life experience, in order to gather additional information. What type of information might you find out? And I might as well say this, share this last one. The Wheel of Fortune, which suggests that you are in the midst of a cycle, meaning you got to finish living it out. But the Ace of Swords says, Gemini, what you're going to do is you're going to continue to live out this life that you've made for yourself, you've created for yourself, that you desired. And what you're going to find out is you may find out that you have more endurance than you think. It almost seems to me, this is Gemini. Gemini, your ruler is Mercury, and Mercury is quick. Gemini is mutable, so it's quick, it's mutable, it's active, it's fleeting, it's changing. So what the tarot cards seem to be saying is the life experience that you are currently experiencing, Gemini, that you're moving through and will continue to move through, is helping you to develop or mature. And when I say mature, I'm talking about, again, it's about endurance, having stamina or endurance, patience, different things like that will be added to you as a direct result of living out these life experiences. I gave the example of a Gemini that got their dream job, and then there's all the co-workers and the he say, she say gossip and whatever's going on. Well, maybe you will find that you are, in the end, like a master negotiator and able to help to, hope it's not about to rain again. A master negotiator, I'm saying like keeping people in line, bringing them into balance and a harmony to be able to have a harmonic work environment. That, again, I gave an example of being a manager and being able to take your managerial have managerial skills on the next level, that kind of thing. Or in a marriage or a relationship you've gotten in, and maybe your spouse has an ex and children. You may learn patience, and again having patience and just being enduring and things like that, and being able to learn how to work with or through certain circumstances and situations where it still pans out in your favor. Hopefully I'm making that make sense. Anywho, moving on to the next is Cancer. Excuse me. And I called everybody before I went live and told them I was going to go live. You say, you're freezing on my end. Oh, I hate to hear that. You say, do I know YouTuber professional high priestess? I don't think so. I wonder if you are on a similar page as her. Similar pages. High priestess. Take your time. I look for me in all the signs. Just taking the message. Takes all that out. Apply and check it. Because I might come back with a part two. Cynthia G has been very interesting. Another YouTuber, Cynthia G. Seems like I heard that name before. I wonder, can I highlight that and search it? Cynthia G. Search. It worked. Let's see. I don't want to click on nothing. Oh, I seen her before. Yeah, I seen her before. Some guy was mad at her. I don't even remember who he was. who he was, but he was mad at her. She was into it with some guy. So I don't follow her, but freeze might have been my location. I don't know, because the weather been horrible here right now. It seems okay, but it looks like it might become stormy, and it's been real stormy here. But that Cynthia G, I've seen her once, and again, she was arguing with some guy, and I don't like all that arguing and stuff, so I never followed her anymore, or, kept up with her content. She's calling on black men to be responsible to their community. That seems to be the big theme or something. The big trending topic is calling on black men. And that's another reason I haven't been making anything, because I'm irritated. Oh, man. You're triggering me. I'm irritated with all of these themes or subjects that's trending and nothing ever gets done. I'm just disgusted. And it's not just about the black community, but of course, she's a real psychologist. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't get that. Nothing gets done. I've lived a whole life. Nothing gets done. Nothing. Like when it comes to the black community stuff, disgusting. Disgusting. I'm tired of it. Talking about what we should see. I done went off into an Aquarius rant. What we should do, and we don't do it. I don't think we can really see how much, if the world hates us, how much, or the United States, how much they hate us. If we could just do one damn thing. It don't take all that. Somebody get on this mother sucker and say we ain't gonna buy weave for, if we're gonna do it, it should be something broader, but just an example. We ain't gonna buy weed for 3 months. Okay. No weed, no nails, no eyelashes, no nothing. Unless you get, well, okay, nope, because unless it's getting it from your sisters or brothers. None. That's it. I just be bald head nappy. It's all right with me. Y'all see me anyway. I walk out the door like that anyway. Okay. We ain't gonna do nothing. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of it. And that goes into why I haven't been making any videos. Because, again, I think you were here when I was saying earlier how over the last month, I've been watching a lot of different YouTube channels, a lot of different tarot readers, astrologers, just trying to see what messages they are getting or received for June and July and August and stuff like that. And nothing I've heard correlates with what I picked up. So, I mean, there's many things that play out simultaneously. Time will tell. Nothing that I saw them say was the case, and I really can't just identify what I saw as the case either. Mine was too vague. But I believe I have a deeper understanding. I have a deep understanding, not deeper than somebody else. It's a deep understanding of what's transpiring behind the scenes. But I don't want to come out and talk about it because, number one, I'll be a negative Nancy. So, and then it also doesn't matter if I share a message that is totally opposite of what everybody else is talking about. You know, I'd rather people just, those that are going to put out the message, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just been here doing a little work at a time. I might get, who knows, I may be inspired. I'm observing processes. The processes, some things are getting done, just a lot to clean up, whole lot to clean up. There will be no unity without sanity first thing first. Yeah. Sanity is a whole nother aspect. Or insanity. Insanity versus sanity. It's a lot. It's a whole lot that I see, but I don't hear nobody talking about it, so I'm going to be quiet. Okay, y'all. I apologize to anybody that's watching. I didn't come here to rush myself or stress myself out. Came just to tap in and offer an update. Again, for this tarot reading, check all that apply. That then suggests that you have to watch all the zodiac signs. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for Cancer. Cancer. Yeah, repeat. Okay, now it's a reoccurring card. It's a Chariot card. Okay. Anywho, here's a Chariot card in reverse for you, Cancer, and it talks about feeling unstable, lacking confidence, and not being aggressive or assertive, maybe due to a lack of confidence. The next card is the 5 of Swords in reverse, pointing back to the 4 of Swords. There was something that you had been pondering, Cancer, possibly an association, a relationship possibly a love interest. You've been pondering it, and you wondered why the relationship has not gone anywhere. You may wonder why, or been wondering, did you say something wrong with the Five of Swords? Did you say something wrong, something offensive to some other person, possibly a love interest or something like that? And because this person may very well be distancing themselves from you, it is having a negative effect upon your sense of self-worth and personal power. The next card is the Five of Cups in reverse, pointing back to the Four of Cups. And we're talking about your inner emotional state at this time or soon. You are trying so desperately not to be sad, or it's like you're trying not to be sad or depressed or upset. You're just trying to cope with whatever has occurred. Let me try to make this make sense. It seems to me that Cancer has had an interaction with another, possibly a love interest. And this is somebody that you may have felt could be the one for you, or this person, someone who is, or you thought you were close, that you were comfortable enough with to be, open, or to be yourself and say what you wanted to say, and share your feelings and different things like that. And you did it openly, feeling comfortable to do so. And this person has withdrawn from you or shut you out. And now you're in a place where you're feeling regret for saying what you said, or feeling that you had the liberty to say what you said or to act the way you acted. Maybe you were silly with them. Maybe you were seductive with them. Maybe you showed them another side of yourself. You thought y'all were on that level. And just living the experience out revealed to you that no, you weren't on that level. No, they didn't feel that way. No, they didn't think that way. They didn't take kindly to you saying this or that, or doing this or that, or whatever. And they didn't say it to you, but they're showing you through their behavior, which seems like withdrawal. And so it's hit your emotions negatively. Negatively impacting you emotionally, and as a direct result, your sense of personal power, self-worth, and confidence. The next card is the Page of Pentacles, and so you feel like you're starting all over. Maybe you thought you had a new friend, a best friend, and you said something or did something that didn't rock with them well, and they distanced themselves from you or cut you off, and now you're like, I'm without a friend now, and now you feel like you're beginning again with the Page of Pentacles to get a new friend, a new bestie, or again, you could be a Cancer that is in a relationship, but a budding, I like that, a budding relationship. And you said something, did something, whatever, didn't go well, the person distanced themselves from you, and now you find yourself like, I'm definitely single again, and now I'm back out here on the dating scene, or back out here interested in manifesting a significant other to keep me company, or whatever the case may be. Your last card is the Magician in reverse, and it's saying that Cancer, you don't have at this point in time, for some reason, you don't have the abilities, the talents, or the know-how to manifest in your life that which you want. That's interesting. That's what you want. Mm-hmm. Does that play back possibly into your motto, which is I feel? Maybe you feel that you don't have what it takes to manifest this in your life. It seems like whatever scenario existed in your life, when I say scenario, I'm talking about having that bestie finally, or having that companion finally, that right there. And it fell in. It's caused you to doubt yourself. That's more like it's saying. Like you doubt yourself now. at this time. Because why would the cards say, I'm just asking the question, I haven't read in a month, at least a month, so why would the cards say you don't have the know-how or the capability? Is it just in relationship to a particular person? Because how can the card say you ain't do it for nobody out of 8 billion people in the world? Mm. You don't have the talents or the abilities or the know-how, but you have the Chariot card that started it. So yeah, the Chariot card opening up your reading, Cancer, it suggests that you have this rejection has had a negative impact upon you emotionally, and as a direct result, your sense of self-worth and personal power. Personal power is having the ability, the talent, skill, the tactic, the know-how to manipulate circumstances and situations in your favor. With circumstances and situations in your favor, I'm talking about having that bestie that you can feel free to be yourself with, to say what you want to say, to talk stuff randomly. Now, I don't want to cuss, but to talk stuff randomly, and your bestie know what you're talking about and can relate to it and maybe find it funny, or they just understand where you're coming from. And because your attempt to do so resulted in this person separating themselves from you, now you feel like you don't even know how to be a bestie or identify a bestie or keep a bestie or make a bestie. That's what you're going through at this time, or so will. Or the other example I gave is, what was the other example? I'm getting thrown off. Being rejected. Being rejected because you opened up. Oh, possibly. Okay, Cancer. I kind of see something, but I'm not sure. It seemed like it's saying that some Cancers opened up to a significant other about like sexual fetishes. It can have manifested or will manifest in this way, where you open up about some type of sexual fetish and your lover was not into such activities. You hear, hello, you feeling it now. That's Trump name, you feeling it now, Miss Krabs. Stop it. And so the lover wasn't having it. They weren't into the kinky stuff, and the rejection, now your confidence is low, or what do you call, like feeling sexy, or I don't know what it is, because that's not what I'm into, but feeling, having this prowess, I think is the word, having this sexual, I don't know, being sexually adventurous. You don't feel confident in that because the lover rejected your suggestion for some type of kinky stuff or something like that. And now you're feeling like, okay, I got to start over again. You got to deal with them differently, or you got to start, as far as you want a person to relate to you on that level, that sexually kinky level, then you got to start all over, seeking somebody that's on your same wavelength. But at the same time, you feeling pretty unsure of yourself because you opened yourself up to someone who you thought was on the same level as you. That's what it's really about, opening for you, Cancer. Because I just get long-winded trying to figure things out. It's about you felt secure enough to open yourself up to someone. And hello, you back, Red Wingman? How you doing? Open yourself up to someone that you felt comfortable with, and they weren't on your same level. They wasn't riding the same wave as yourself, and they reject you. And as a direct result, you are emotionally stunned and emotionally stunned and just energetically stunned. And it causes you to lack confidence in your abilities to, do whatever you suggested to this person you felt comfortable talking to. So what is that about? What does the card suggest then? It suggests kind of like be careful, be cautious in whom you choose to be vulnerable with. That's what it seems like. For Cancer, it's like, hey, at this point in time or very, very soon, be very cautious whom you choose to be vulnerable with, because rejection will sting you. And I don't think you're thinking about rejection at all. I don't think you're thinking about rejection at all, or somebody separating themselves from you because they ain't digging what you're talking about or something like that. Okay. Moving along, we're gonna do some Leo. What time is it? Okay. What can I do? Only Leo. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. The Eight of Swords has returned for the third time. 3 out of 5. The Eight of Swords come. All right, Leo, your first card is the Knight of Swords in reverse. And it's the inability, or not inability, it's the not wanting to literally advance an idea or ideal, a social affiliation, meaning not want to carry through or participate, not wanting to participate in a social exchange or interaction or connection, even though you have the ability, or not wanting to follow through or advance an idea or ideal. And that not wanting to advance goes into the Moon. You don't even know why. Truthfully, you don't even know why you don't want to participate with somebody socially. You don't know why you don't want to truly move forward with an ideal, even though you have the capability to do so. You don't know why. The Moon holds the answer to why you don't want to. And the Moon has to do with maybe some hidden feelings, or something that is buried within the psyche or something like that. Some fears, phobias, or something like that. The next card is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, again, I'm pointing out the Eight of Swords has come out at least 3 times since I began this tarot reading. And I'm only on number 5, the Leo, which is the 5th reading. That's 3 out of 5. So anyway, here is Eight of Swords is returned. And now we're talking about obsessive compulsive mental process, obsessive thoughts, ideas, plans, associations. It's like something occurred in your life, Leo. I'm thinking early, based on the tarot, that you don't think too much about the scenario itself, but the residue of the experience still lingers with you. The heartbreak from the experience still lingers with you. The fear or the phobia still lingers with you, but you don't think about the scenario and the details and the scene. You don't think about that, and it's still there, because the Eight of Swords talks about that obsession. The next card is the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is in reverse, pointing back to the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups talks about something that at one point in time in your life, Leo, you believed that you needed to attach to experience, or or participate in order to live your best life. And you got to. And something went awry, something went wrong, and it had a really deep negative effect on you. Again, you don't sit up and think or run the scenario back, frame by frame, to remember how things looked or what a person had on or how everybody acted and who said what. You don't go through all that. It's just the residue of it. It's just a lingering damage that happened, like heartbreak. I'm talking about terrible heartbreak. It's there, so it made you not want this thing in your life no more. Because your last card is the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles suggests the instability in one's physical world. It's like being sick, heartbroken, love sick, physically sick, financially sick, poor, poverty, just being broken in this world. So what the tarot cards seem to be saying is, at this point in time, or soon, Leo, an opportunity is going to open up for you to partake in something that in the past you really had an interest in. And this comes from early in your life, Leo. So you've already had the experience. It's like the return of an opportunity. Not to say it's the same opportunity, it's a similar opportunity to be able to participate in something that in the past you desired, you wanted, but you got to experience it before. Remember, this is a reoccurring, a return experience or similar experience. Yes, I'm live. What?
Feed the dog?
Sure.
Okay.
So the first time around, you have the experience. It didn't pan out the way you had hoped. You end up wounded. You don't think about, again, the scenario in detail, but you remember the pain. The pain is there. It's like, how can I say it? It's not even like your heart, it's like it was a love. I'll give you an example. Leo, in your past, let's say when you were in your teens, early teens, you had your first love, the puppy love thing, and you were in love, you thought that was the one, and it was forever. Something went awry, whatever happened, y'all grew up, y'all broke up, and it hurt like hell. You thought you were gonna die. You got over it. You don't remember how that person from your teen years looked, or nothing. You don't even ponder on the stabbing pain that hurt you then. All you know is it hurt, and you don't never want that kind of hurt. You won't ever hurt like that again, So now here you go, 20, 30 years later in your life, here's another opportunity. Maybe for what do they call it, a sudden romance or something, jump up, a sudden romance, I forgot what they call it. I ain't read in at least a month. But a sudden romance, jump, like when you was young, you jumped right in. Your sudden romance opportunity come up now, and you look like, ain't even moving. You have no interest in moving forward on it. I don't even see your emotions being jolted or anything. It's just like, you already know. Nope. It's like, this is energy. Like, nope. Been there, done that. It's not much thought. With the moon card in reverse, it's something so deep inside of you, it just helps to, it determines what you will do and won't do, and why you think what you think without much energy or effort. Is just there. And so when this opportunity comes up, nope, not gonna do it. You already know. You've already been to this dark place already. and you're not going back. You were broken or something, like you were broke or something. That's what I'm getting. You were broke. So like maybe you were broke of diving into relationships too quick, or you were broke to saying yes to something you didn't know all the ins and out about. You were broke to it. You won't do it no more because you know the low place that it took you to. That's what's going on for you, or soon will. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't, I don't see anything in the cards. I'm not feeling anything that says, okay, well, Leo, it's time to let that go. Because it's not even like it's a fear either. It's just like, now. It's your opposite energy. Leo, your zodiac sign is, your motto, Leo, is I will. Your opposite sign is Aquarius. I know. It's like, you already know. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's anything wrong with it. You were broken of something that could have potentially been a bad habit in your life had you not been broke of it early on. Try to sum it up. In your younger life, Leo, something was introduced to you that you wanted. You partook in it, whatever it was. And there was some, I would say, negative or bad habit you could have formed. But at that time, years ago, you were broke of that bad habit. Now, here we are years later, or you are years later, a similar opportunity comes up, and instinctually, you reject it. You say no. What is being revealed to you, to your mature you, your up-to-date you, is that you broke a bad habit. You know what I'm saying? You broke it, like you nipped it in the bud. That's the best I can say. Okay. Nipped it in the bud. Gee willikers. What turn is it? I'm not going to get through all of this. It's too much for me. Let's go down to Virgo. Virgo is number 6. Real quick. Quicker. Okay, let's see, Virgo. The Chariot card has returned. The Five of Wands has returned. Now we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Page of Wands has returned, and it comes in reverse. And last but not least is the Nine of Swords in reverse, Virgo. Let's see. The Chariot card suggests that you're confident, you're feeling stable and grounded and powerful at this point in time, or soon will. And the power that you have or will have is necessary. And the reason I say that, because the next card is the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands talks about competitors, everybody going after what they want, their interests and aims. And so you as a individual amongst the others, or with, within the space of many, are assertive, confident, bold. And that's what's needed to, get the job done or to obtain what your heart's desire or to fulfill your mission. The next card is the Queen of Swords. I do believe that the Queen of Swords represents an aspect of you, Virgo, that you will be executing during this time period. And the Queen of Swords in reverse equates to a person who is socially affluent. Why are you so socially affluent? Well, you're aggressive, you're self-confident, you're bold, you're assertive. The Queen of Swords also suggests that you're paying attention to everything. And what you are definitely aware of is everybody's out there in their own interests. You got that. And you understand how powerful you are. You know what I'm saying? And how with the Queen of Swords, how you have all the information that you need to assist you in advancing. So again, that's where your confidence comes from. That you are so knowledgeable about the path that you're taking or the aim that you are pursuing, so you're able to move forward. The one thing that is obvious with the Queen of Swords in reverse is that you may display some of the negative qualities of the air signs. And one of the main negative qualities of air signs, they can be cold-hearted, meaning without the emotion, without compassion and things like that, which is also beneficial when being in a competitive arena. Okay, the next card is the Page of Swords. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, again, is in reverse. So the Page of Wands talks about a person who carries all the responsibilities and duties associated with their aims, passions, and or desires, but feeling kind of wore out and tired. Wore out and tired. Isn't that interesting? Wore out and tired. I must talk about the last card. The last card is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is in reverse, which points back to the Eight of Swords, which is also a reoccurring card during this reading. And so the Eight of Swords talks about obsessive, compulsive, mental processing, thinking about the same thing, talking about the same thing, communing about the same thing, being very intense and laser focused on ideas and ideals and things like that. And so he's suggesting that you, Virgo, at this time or soon, you will be in a competitive arena. You will be self-assertive, bold, focused. You know what you want. You're going to be fairly cold-hearted, meaning you're not going to be showing compassion. You know what you want. And so it seems like you're going to put up a lot of effort and energy to achieve your goals, land your ambitions, whatever the case may be. However, it gets to this point where you get wore out. It goes back into those others that occupy this highly competitive arena, and how you're able to just step on their toes, not take them in consideration. They're after what they want anyway, so you don't have to try to negotiate or collaborate with them. You're just going to do your thing. And it's going to get you so far, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to get you so far, Virgo. But the time period is going to come when you do accomplish your goal or aim or ambition, that it's going to be somewhat overwhelming for you. It almost seems like many Virgos have not had to carry this level of weight or responsibility all by themselves. At some point in time, in times past, Virgo, you've had people you could work with or partners somewhere along the way. So they what they call it, take the edge off, or you hand off some of the responsibility and the stress associated with it. This time around, the way you're doing things, that you're not going to have the, partner there to pick up the slack. And it's going to get real stressful for you, is what I'm saying. Real stressful. So I believe the tarot cards, as I try to move quickly, are saying, be careful. You're ambitious, and it's like, be careful, be cautious. Because I think you're prone to stepping on people's toes or burning bridges at this time soon. Again, you're really, really ambitious. What you are in pursuit of is, of course, unique to yourself. But you really can burn some bridges, is what I'm saying. And the cards say you don't want to burn bridges. So there are people that are how can I say, there are people around you. Everything is competitive. Everybody after their own interests, but it's like each person can only go so far without the assistance or collaborating with others in some way at some point. You know what I'm saying? And so eventually you're gonna have to it's gonna be necessary for an individual, whether it's you or another, to work with somebody else. You know? And it's saying if you Regular, don't burn your bridges. Don't step on too many toes. Yes, you can be very cold hearted or emotionally detached at this time. You know what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got some laser focus going after, your interests and things like that. And you got a lot of energy too to, carry you. But the Nine of Swords talking about, hey, it's going to get to the point where it is overwhelming, where you can't sleep at night because you're carrying so much weight, because you're carrying so many responsibilities and duties associated with maintaining your aim, to keep being in pursuit of your aim or sustaining something. It's going to get that heavy for you. So what? Bottom line, don't burn bridges, Virgo. Don't burn them, even though you may want to. That means you're going to have to be very conscious how you interact and communicate with people as you're moving through this particular time period. Okay. Maybe I'm just tired of leaving here. Maybe I don't want to read it no more. Maybe. Okay, move faster. Libra. Libra. Oh, Lord Jesus freaking Christ. Libra, your first card is the Three of Swords, and it talks about emotional instability as a direct result of some social interaction that you have. It could be love triangulations. It's just some type of social disagreement. It's you, it's another, and it's a third party interjection that just destabilizes everything. Huh. The next card is the King of Swords in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse points to our air signs with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The king is very actively involved, engaged, moving, doing, thinking, talking, communicating, writing, just correspondence and judging, doing these kind of things. The king is in reverse, so it's just that you may or someone may display some of the negative qualities of the air signs, which again is being like emotionally detached and, very cold-hearted and or lacking emotion when they speak, judge, write, or communicate. Somebody is just really speaking harshly, and they hurt another. They hurt another, or they kind of throw them under the bus socially or something like that. The next card, as mentioned, is the Nine of Wands in reverse, pointing back to the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands talks about excessive compulsive use of one's energy rushing in. Somebody rushes in, fools rush in. The Nine talks about one's beliefs, philosophies, worldviews, understanding, comprehension. And so someone has some beliefs and philosophies that cannot be upheld. I see this as like an example of a person, Libra, being in a relationship with another, believing that they are in a, I don't know what they call it, monogamous, I think it's a relationship, and they rush in to defend the relationship and love, the passion, the desire that they have, the interest that they have, and it's a Aquarius or a Libra, or it's you Libra, or Gemini that puts it out without no emotion. We ain't even like that. We ain't even like that. I don't know what made you think we was like that, and it hurts the person. So I don't know if it's Libra, you're going to be the one that's going to be that cold-hearted and blunt, and it does not have to manifest in the relationship area, love area. It can manifest at work or something like that. If it was like work, let's see, you may think that you are the one that is the head, I don't know, head district manager. This is the job you think you got the right to call the shots, and you go to call the shots, and the person that really has the right to call the shots shuts you down. Like, you don't have the power to do that. You don't have the power to fire me. You don't have the power to say that. Like that. It's H&R. Was it HR's power? You don't have the power. Employee, Libra, or whatever the case may be. Anywho, the next card is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is in reverse, pointing back to the Five of Cups. And the Six of Cups talks about the day-to-day routine and all that you do. I see Libra interacting and having an engagement with something that they felt like they need in their life. They needed to experience, they needed to feel connected, and they've made this aspect a part of their daily life, baby. Like thinking that this person is the one, the significant other, and you giving them everything. You like being a wife when you ain't a wife, or you being a husband when you ain't a husband. And you playing that role, but you're really not it. But let your mind take away with you, your heart take away with you, run away with you. And so you've done and you performed and you acted in a way that corresponds with your beliefs. But your beliefs are only your beliefs. The other entity outside of yourself don't uphold your same beliefs, have your same views, visions, aspirations, aims, and or desires, and they gonna be cold and even I ain't gonna say. I mean, it can be somewhat calculated. They are calculated because this person is aware that you have this belief, and they just let you have the belief. Mm-hmm. That you have it until it's called to the forefront. And it's called to the forefront socially. That's what's interesting, or in public. Within your intimate, small social circle, within your space, within your reality. Among sibling, aunts, uncles, cousins, people from your neighborhood or community, whoever's around, whoever frequent, it's called out in front of them. No, I don't share your beliefs or philosophies. Again, that could be Libra saying that, or it could be somebody saying it to Libra, but I feel like it's very cold without emotion. Okay? And what Libras end up doing is finding this last card. And the card is the Two of Wands. It talks about aims, passions, and or desires. Which ones? The two talks about trying to balance these aims, passions, and or desires. But once this other entity so boldly and rudely lets it be known that they don't share in your values, what you talking about, they don't know nothing about it, right? Well, now your belief, or that person's belief, has been debunked. You find out you ain't the boss, or you don't have the authority. You find out you're not in a relationship and you ain't a husband or wife. You find that out. It crumbles. What other aim or passion do you have? I've been seeing something so ugly. And it goes into obsession. So like, what other aim or passion does this let down person have? Remember, one was already fake and artificial. It was something that they fabricated or made up in a mind, whether it's you, Libra, or the other. And somebody destroys that. What else do you have? Do you have an aim or passion or desire, interest that you can turn and focus on? Like people get sometimes dive off into work and become workaholics to get through something. Some people dive off into religion to get through something. You know what I'm saying? Something that is really inspiring to you and can hold your interest and help you direct your fire. Hopefully you have that. Because if you don't, the other alternative here is for obsession, to become obsessive, violent, and aggressive. So, what can Libra learn from this, or what can a person learn from Libra's reading, is to make sure, number one, that your beliefs are shared with others that you share your life with. Make sure that you have a clear vision of reality. Also, make sure that you have aims, ambitions, and interests that are your interests. And they exist because they resonate with who you are. And last but not least, realize that if you give too much of yourself or lose yourself in another, and you don't have any aims, ambitions, desires in place that resonate with who you are, because you are you as a unique individual, then the next phase is obsession. So hurry up and make sure you got something that you call your own, Libra, or a person in a relationship with Libra. Oh, I didn't like that reading at all. Not at all. Not at all. Scorpio. Scorpio. Yeah, oh. Hi, Asia. How are you? It's like people have faith and they're believing they would be there. Why Pisces always come last? You know, it's a cycle. I sometimes go backwards. Say you feeling, you can say, I'm bringing you some hot chocolate for comfort. Tarot support. Some hot chocolate now, Lord. And mercy, it's hot. It's humid. It's all get out. And I drank a cup of coffee even through the humidity. I'm a pro. Oh, God. No hot chocolate. No. Oh, God. This is... And I could switch rooms. I'm not putting up multiple air conditioners. So I put the air conditioner in a bigger room. So we have you got a community room. We can go commune there if you want to be cool and comfortable. Otherwise, you got to suffer. And today, I choose to suffer. I choose to suffer. Okay, well, Scorpio. Oh, Jesus, let me go faster. I wish I could be Genie. All right, Scorpio. First card, the World card, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Tower card in reverse, and last but not least, the Two of Swords. Only one card upright. Well, one card upright is the World card. Scorpio, it suggests that you are entering or have entered or will soon enter into a new cycle or phase in your life. This is a season, and the season is happening for a reason. Okay. So, the World card. Let's talk about victory. Victory is associated with what? Number one, you successfully completed the previous cycle in your life. Okay. Let's see. The next card is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse corresponds with our fire signs. Our fire signs are Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius. These are people in an energy of moving forth on an aim, cause, passion, and or desire with full faith, knowing that whatever they need will be added to them along the way. Since this is the queen, that suggests that somebody, possibly you, Scorpio, are highly receptive to everything around you. It means you're paying attention. You're taking in all of the knowledge that you need, or knowledge or awareness that you need about everything around you, how it clicks, works, thinks, and all those kind of things. And you use all that information to help you move forward or to navigate your life journey or your experience. With the Queen of Wands in reverse, it suggests that you may display some of the negative qualities of fire. You could be aggressive, bold, domineering, and controlling. Why is that? Why is it? It's possible, Scorpio, that at this point in time in your life, as you enter into this new season, you are highly confident, even arrogant. Popular term, narcissistic. Because you are aware about everything that's going on, how people feel, their motivations, their intents, you in tune with yours, and you ready to go. Who else was on the move like that? There was another zodiac sign on the move like that. Okay. The next card is the Four of Pentacles in reverse, pointing back to the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles corresponds with the third house of Gemini, which talks about your reality, that which is in close proximity to you, the contents, the people, the places, and everything, the shared mindsets and behaviors. It's the siblings, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, people, friends, your neighborhood and community. And so you're interacting and engaging with all these people you're moving through. You've been here around them. World card, you ended the last cycle. An example is you've been around your siblings and cousins for however many years you've been around them. You know them. You know what motivates them. You know their weaknesses and everything else. You've been living possibly in the same community for the last 10, 15, 20 years. You know all these people. You know what upset them and all kind of things. You know what pacify them, what make them tranquil or whatever. So you know how to move through these people is what the tarot cards are saying. And it's like something is going on where Scorpio, you've been keeping some secrets, corresponding with you, keeping some secrets and mysteries. And what those secrets or mysteries is that you've been building your kitty. You've been building up your portfolio, your bank account, your clientele, your whatever, most likely during this last cycle or season that you were in, you were building. And now this season, you moving through like, I know everything now. Something you acquired last season, which I think is the clientele or the bankroll or whatever. And so now that you're entering in this season, you got a little more arsenal. And I don't think a lot of people know. Those people that are around you, they ain't been paying you attention like that. You've been watching them, but they ain't been watching you. And you done built, again, up your arsenal or your clientele or your bankroll or whatever the case may be. The next card is the Tower card. The Tower card suggests that something outside of yourself is going to trigger some destructive energy in your life. Let's see. And, there's the Tower card. Some destructive energy in your life. It's not you. It almost seems like you're laser focused. Scorpio, again, moving forward on that aim, cause, passion, or desire. You've been working on it for cycles, various cycles. Now you up. Your arsenal up, you ready, something happens, something outside of yourself triggers. And I think what's triggered, somebody get a whiff that you done built your bankroll up, or you done built your clientele up, or something like that, because again, you were kind of keeping it a secret or on the low. It might not be a secret, but you weren't being secretive, but it was a secret. And it gets out, and somebody may again, the cards are saying, hey, you know these people. And if somebody around you, you look, all these people around you that you frequent, that you move through, that you know very well, that ain't been paying attention to you, but it's at least one that has like certain character traits, Scorpio. I think this might make Makes sense. You know they have these character traits of being nosy, maybe, inquisitive, maybe, jealous, or something like that. It just, as you were going through your process, they weren't paying you attention, but finally they get this whiff that, you know, that you ready or something like that, and they could be the trigger, or it could be a unforeseen event that occurs with the Tower card in reverse that, like, creates a challenge for you to have to overcome. It creates a challenge for you to have to overcome. And the reason I say that is because your last card is the Two of Swords in reverse, pointing back to the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is the initiation, the onset, the urge to move forward and gain information in order to gain clarity and knowledge and different things like that. To socialize with very specific people for very specific reasons. And so it says that you are doing that, and then all of a sudden, there's a blockage. It's a need for you to make a decision about who you're going to talk to or not, who you're going to connect to or not, what is like truth or not, or the appropriate information to use or not. And so I believe what ends up happening is, you know, you're ready to move forward, you got yourself lined up for success, and all of a sudden it's like, surprise, you know, I see you trying to be your best person, I see you trying to live your best life, and somebody goes to throw a wrench in your works, and you have to navigate that obstacle, which could be getting rid of somebody from your immediate environment, or maybe you have to leave or move from the environment that is your norm or that you frequent, because this, again, it almost seems like somebody is in your space or in close proximity to you that can throw a monkey wrench in on your plans or something like that. And so you're going to have to stop and deal with them. It's very unexpected. So it's like you expecting to start your business this week or do whatever. You're ready to level up, move forward. You know, you got everything lined up. You're ambitious, you're inspired, you're motivated. You got your funds up, your clientele up, whatever you need to level up. And somebody steps in and becomes an obstacle. And so you're going to have to stop, redirect your energy, and remove them. Or if it is not a person, they're player hating, and it becomes an outside force comes in, an unexpected, unanticipated outside force comes in. You're going to have to stop, redirect your energy, Scorpio, soon and very soon, and you're going to have to deal with it. Anything, example, the tax man can come up. Well, you might have to stop and deal with some tax issues or something like that. Or family comes in from out of town unexpectedly. You're going to have to deal with that before you move forward. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Try. Sagittarius. I have an interest in completing this because I hope to be able to take this to another level, this same reading. If I can. Sagittarius, your first card is the Four of Wands. That's new. And we have the Magician card in reverse. That's a return. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, we got the Empress. Let's see. Last card is the Six of Cups. That's a repeat. Okay, Sagittarius, we're talking about the Four of Wands. Possibly. Sagittarius, you're in a very good place, possibly happy, feeling energetically stable, grounded, balanced. I feel like it's a really good energy, really like blissful energy, content energy for you energetically, meaning not being nervous, not being anxious, not hoping. You're in a good place, good place. However, I'm not understanding the next card, which is the Magician card in reverse. Again, it's a repeat card for this reading. The Magician card in reverse talks about not having the ability to manipulate circumstances and situations in your favor, Sagittarius. It is possible. The reason why you don't, at this current time, have the ability, the talent, the skills, the tactic, to manipulate circumstances, situation, and people in your favor is because you are in that good place. You still. It ain't like you want for nothing, longing for nothing, need for nothing. You ain't hurting, you ain't crying, you ain't overly happy, you comfortable. It's like this energy, if I'm reading it correct, it's like that perfect lazy boy chair you sit in. Got your butt then in it, perfect. Or those nice soft house shoes, it's you can feel the comfort in certain things once you engage it, like putting your feet in those perfect house shoes. You can feel that. Or sitting on, like I said, on that lazy boy on that couch on your spot, you can feel that. Or if you get in your bed and lay down with your head just right on your pillow or whatever, you can feel that. So it talks about what I may be picking up is that you're in, am I not? Is that you may be in such a wonderful place, energetically, or when it has to do with your interests. You may be, you could be a person that in where you are as far as a relationship, whether you're in one or not, it's perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? Or, I don't know, maybe you're a person that likes to exercise and go exploring and things. And what you do now, every day, it's perfect. Maybe that jog every morning, it's perfect. And so it's no like motivation to progress, to advance, to, what's the word? Like you're trying to get something. So that might be very well why the Magician is coming in reverse. You ain't trying to get nothing. You ain't trying to work no magic. Ain't no need. Ain't no power or force motivating you to want more, to do more. It's great. I hope that makes sense. Anywho, the next card is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, pointing back to the Two of Pentacles. Let's see what that's about. The Two of Pentacles talks about juggling your physical world to keep it, palatable, or what's the word? Just keep it, reasonable, or it's like having to make a choice about what you want to manifest in life. And so for you, Sagittarius, hey, you got what you need in some area, whether it's a perfect house shoe, the perfect couch space, the perfect emotional space, the perfect energetic space. It's all right here, right now. So you're experiencing it now, or you still will. Anywho, it's the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles talks about your immediate environment, that which is in close proximity to you. It's like it's saying, I'm okay right here, right now, where I live, even with the people around me, I'm okay right here. Like, example, I'm sitting in this chair, it's getting cool, I'm comfortable, nothing's disturbing me around me. Nothing at all is disturbing me. Right now, I wouldn't change anything. It's like that. Right now, I wouldn't change anything. So there's no need for me to use the power of the Magician. I wouldn't change nothing. It couldn't get no better than this right here, right now, based on the circumstances and situations that I, find myself in. That kind of energy. And the next card is the Empress. And in that space, in this space of like perfection, near perfection. And I just feel like it's so momentary. Again, I go back and talk about and refer to when you lay in the bed and your sheets are the perfect temperature and the pillow's soft and you laying just right, you wouldn't change a thing. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. It's magic. I feel like for Sagittarius, it's magic. And I say that because then the next card is what? The Empress. And the Empress talks about an abundance coming. An abundance of what? Keep playing with laying down in the bed and you hit it just right. And the sheets the perfect temperature, the room's the perfect temperature, the pillow hits you right, everything's perfect. You wouldn't change it. You don't even want to move. You don't even want to move. It's so perfect. In that space right there, when you are completely satisfied and you personally don't have an interest in trying to manipulate anything to be any better. Because at that moment, as I say, at that moment, in that space, at that time, it's so perfect, it's so good, it's magic. And that's what the Empress talks about. In that space, there's magic. So going back, talking about the bed, hitting the bed, and it's perfect. What abundance is relative to that? Drifting off to sleep easily, and that perfect night's sleep. Is that kind of thing here I'm seeing for Sagittarius in the energy. Now, remember, Sagittarius represents our beliefs and our philosophies, our hopes, and our worldviews. What am I doing? Right now, this is check all that applies. I didn't do this for the other zodiac signs, but with Sagittarius being a representation of each person that exists in humanity, beliefs, philosophy, higher understanding, comprehension, and things like that. What does this say? Check all that apply. Understand to every individual that exists at this point in time, this is what Sagittarius represents, that when you have those perfect moments right there, where you don't even want to try to ask for better or make it better. It's just that perfect in that moment. That is a place of abundance, and to expect abundance. And I didn't go to the last card. The last card is the Six of Cups. And so the Six of Cups, remember, talks about your day-to-day routine and all that you do, that which you feel like you have to attach to or you have attached to over the course of your life. It offers you a sense of support and things like that. Oftentimes when we attach to what we really want to attach to, we have a hard time letting it go. So the tarot card is saying those spaces that come. And so we say, all I can say is they come. Because we never know when they're going to have to come. The Six of Cups is that represents that time period when those special, perfect moments come. That right there. It's saying, hold on to that. Almost seems like it's saying that people of the world, this is what I'm getting for Sagittarius reading. It's for Sagittarius, but Sagittarius is a representative for each of where our philosophies or our mind should be, our consciousness should be. It says, understand that, and I don't even believe this. I ain't gonna okay. It's like having faith. That's another word that goes with Sagittarius. Faith in life. That just like it delivers those perfect moments every now and then, if we can just keep believing, keep holding on, keep the awareness, like, and consciousness that such periods are real, then we will have them. Because remember, the Empress represents the abundance of it. Then guess what? You'll have more. It will be more consistent. Just like the night that you laid in the bed and it was perfect. And the abundance or the blessings of it was that you went right off to sleep. Slept a slime sleep. It's the same thing. Hopefully it makes sense. So what I'm saying? What am I saying? The cards are suggesting for Sagittarius at this time. So it's saying, hey, you're in a good place. And to embrace this good place. I kind of lost it. Embrace this good place, because I'm looking at the Three of Pentacles, because it's small. It's almost. It also shows this how we forget that perfection exists. This is what the Three of Pentacles in reverse also about. We forget that perfection exists, and we feel like we got to go build something, create something, manifest something. We got to make it better. We got to, so many times we forget that perfection exists, and it does come because we're so busy moving and building and creating our world and or our reality around us. And it seems like it's dominating. It dominates the need to build, to be your own creator, to force it. It's saying like you constantly force it when it comes. I don't know how to talk about it. It comes. But you got to remember that it comes, that it's real, that it exists. And so right now, Sagittarius, I think the tarot cards are pointing out that that moment of perfection is coming for you. And it's saying bask in it. Bask in it and believe in it and never ever forget it. As long as you can bask in it and never forget it, it will come and it will bring its abundance with it, meaning it goes on and on and on. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Let's see. The next card gotta do it move fast. It can't move fast. I've been on here, 4-5 hours probably. All the time. Okay. Oh, Capricorn. Okay. What is it? Something fell out. Ace of Wands in reverse. Stop yourself, Capricorn, maybe. With the Ace of Wands. Stop yourself. I will not read all the cards. Okay, Capricorn. Other than the Ace of Wands, which fell out in reverse, we had the Queen of Wands. We have the Magician card again that has returned. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. The Temperance card in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, it's a lot of people. I see a lot of people around you, Capricorn. Either the Ace of Wands is saying stop yourself, where there is a blockage that will come. Your stamina could be down. Your sexual energy could be down. A lot of people. It's fine. You got 6 cards here. And it could be that you have a lot of people that come around you and it hinders you from being able to move forward on your own interests, ambitions, desires, etc., etc. Anyway, the Queen of Wands is a representative of our fire signs, and our fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. As mentioned in prior readings, it's people that know how to move forward on an aim, their own personal aim, passion, and or desire, or know how to motivate or inspire people to move forward on an aim, a shared aim, personal aim, passion, or desire. And they do so, and they don't worry about the intricate details. They just believe things will be added unto them along the way that they need to get there. Okay, so we got that person. Then we have a magician that comes in reverse. The magician says, hey, this person or this energy says, hey, you don't have what it takes to manipulate circumstances, situation, or people in your favor. And so I do not believe that the magician in reverse goes with the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands, remember, is able to manifest or achieve those aims and goals, and it is nothing for them to walk by faith. Not by sight, but by faith, meaning whatever they need along the way going to be added to them at the right time. So we know immediately that the magician card is not applying to the Queen of Wands. We're going to get that. They're going to get there. They're going to make it happen. Then it's the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Pentacles is a representative of our earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The King is in reverse. So we're talking about active person, actively actively building, sustaining, or maintaining something in the physical world. This person can be have tunnel vision, and they could be users as they do what? Go to build, create, sustain, or manifest something in this physical world. Building a life, building a life. One person is going after an ambition, somebody else trying to build a life. And between the two, the magician in reverse exists. Together, you and another Capricorn at this time cannot manipulate this world and this life in your favor as partners. You cannot. The Ace of Wands, remember, opened up your reading and says pull back, or there's a blockage in ability to move forward on your personal aim, ambition, and or desire. And because we have these, the way the cards are filled, we have partners here on each side of the Magician card. And so it's saying, hey, these are two different energies. They're not beneficial to each other at this time. So what am I saying? I'm saying Capricorn, you are in a partnership or a relationship, whether it's business, professional, or intimate, professional, or personal partnership that won't be beneficial to you and this other as partners. You won't be able to move forward on a shared aim or passion or desire. You're going after two different things. One person is going after their passion, their aim, their desire. Aggressively, they're more using more positive light energy. Where the other person is, trying to build something in their life, create something in their life, trying to sustain something in their life, but they're doing so for some dark energies. Again, it could be, using everything around them to build something or sustain something. And you put all points, you're not headed in the same direction at this time. The next card is the Temperance card. The Temperance card talks about there's a storm that is brewing or undercurrent or a storm are surrounding this partnership, and it's just not a good time for it. And the last card is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles is a representation of the earth signs once again. And the Queen of Pentacles is actually the counterpart of the King of Pentacles, which came in reverse. So we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles both in reverse. Even though the King of Pentacles is trying to make something happen with the Queen of Wands, most likely it won't be successful. However, the Queen of Wands by herself can inspire and achieve, but not with the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles, the same thing stands for you. You can build and create something to sustain something. However, it's not with the Queen of Wands. It's with your own counterpart. Your counterpart is the Queen of Pentacles. So it almost seems like this King of Pentacles energy, you got some unfinished business. You can achieve. You can build, sustain something in your life, but you got some unfinished business. Because truly, the Temperance card comes between you and your counterpart, your natural counterpart. Mm-hmm. Where, remember, between the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands is the Magician in reverse, and you don't have what it takes to manipulate circumstances, situation in your favor. You just don't. And then over here, we got the King with his natural counterpart. It says, okay, y'all, it's some storms brewing. It's some instability. It's the temperance, meaning the waters are rough between the King and his natural counterpart, his real spouse, his real divine spouse. And it's saying, hey, you can, a King of Pentacles, you can, again, create, build, sustain, or maintain something in the physical world. However, you got to deal with outstanding issues with your counterpart, your Queen of Pentacles. A person that was created like your a twin flame kind of thing. They were created to help you achieve. But right now, whatever's going on between the King of Pentacles and his counterpart, the Queen of Pentacles, they're both in negative, using negative energy. So what I'm saying, the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, gone with your bad self. I don't know if the Queen of Wands is a representation of fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But it said you can go ahead, stay self-motivated, move forward with full faith, knowing that whatever you need going to be added unto you along the way. Go ahead and meet that goal. But you got to do it separate from this King of Pentacles. Don't want to do it. Now the King of Pentacles, I'm telling you, not good to work with the fire sign. The Aries, the Leo, Sagittarius. You, King of Pentacles, you got to deal with everything going on between you and your counterpart. You got to do that. Right now, King of Pentacles and counterpart, Queen of Pentacles, you're both acting in your negative energy. Again, y'all could be users. Let's see, I'm talking about Earth. You could be being lazy or complacent or indulgent. You can be very indulgent at this time. And so whatever it is, whatever y'all doing, y'all need to clear that up. Once y'all clear it up as a team, you two can move together and do what? Build, create, or sustain, or maintain something in your physical world. Okay. All right, so what was that about, Capricorn? It's saying, hey, who you're trying to partner with is not going to work for you. It's not good for you or for them. You have somebody that you very well know who you can build and create with, but y'all got to deal with y'all issues first, and then you can make it happen. But it's like you will waste your time as well as somebody else's time if you try to, move forward on your endeavors with somebody that you know is not, they're not on the same page as you, they're not riding the same wave with you, and that other person knows it as well. They know they're better off to just do it themselves. They do it themselves. Okay. All right. The next zodiac sign is Aquarius. Yeah. That Libra reading, man, oh man. Lay that down. Okay, so you go Aquarius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pisces. Okay. Okay, Aquarius, here you are. Your first card is a star card. It's your card. It's in reverse. And so it talks about a blockage or a lack of social networking. A lack of social networking or the inability to network, maybe due to still quarantine, restrictions or something like that, Zooming. So it's just talking about a lack or there's diminishment in social networking for the purpose of advancing oneself or one's interests and upholding a social construct that you're involved in. Anywho, the next card is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is representative of air signs. Air signs are Geminis, Libra, and Aquarius. These are the people that what? Socialize. They socialize, they communicate, they, I can't think of the word I want. Communications, correspond, emails, Facebook, do all that. Talk, chat, negotiate, doing like that. Anywho, the next card for Aquarius is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, pointing back to the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles talks about where you are. It's like taking an account of your savings, your account, where you are. It is like living at the bare minimal, having the bare minimal. It almost seems to me. Ooh, next card is, hold on, the King of Swords. So we have the couple, the Swords couple, King and Queen of Swords, or the counterparts, the mates. And so I want to talk about that. And then last card for Aquarius is the Tower card in reverse. So it talks about an outside force that has a negative impact upon the scenario that plays out for Aquarius. So what is going on here? It seems to me, dealing with the counterparts, the King and Queen. So we have somebody who is, we have the masculine and feminine energy. So we're talking about balanced energy here, whether it is represented by two people, or expressing each polarity, or if it is within one person and the one person embodies both polarities and executes them masterfully or successfully. It's a balance in what being able to comprehend or perceive or be receptive to what is taking place around them, like reading the room, or comprehending, reading, and truly getting what a person, the messenger, is saying. It's that level of mastery, and it's having clearness of thought and of a clearness of mind and the ability to communicate and articulate. So it's understanding and being able to articulate. Understanding and articulation. Understanding and articulation. This could be going on again between air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, is where you're able to maybe be amongst others, Aquarius, that are on the same wave as yourself. Again, it's like some people you can talk to and they hear you and they listen and they comprehend what you're saying, and then they, rebuttal or something like that. And it's well aligned. Again, well aligned, good communication flow, harmonious communication flows between you and another, or even within yourself, Aquarius. It's like you could be going through a scenario in life where it requires you to read something and comprehend, and then to compose a letter or something like that, and you're able to do it, effectively. Now, the Star card in verse, remember, talks about a social construct in the world that you're involved or engaged in, or participate in. It's a place that you possibly network with others. And so an example could be, you could be an Aquarius that is a part of the school system. You could be an Aquarius that's part of a religious institution. It's a platform in which there are other people and you have a shared interest, shared philosophy, or something like that. And you haven't been able to connect, socialize as you normally would as like an air sign. So you might not be able to go to church or the visit the U.A.W. or whatever. It could be because of, again, what do you call it, quarantine restrictions or something like that. You just haven't been able to, do things or move as you once had as far as socializing, communicating, and things like that. And so what it seems like, I'm shocked to see this because it seems kind of old to me. And when I say old, I'm keeping in mind what has been transpiring over the last year or so, which is the vid and the vid and the vax and just everything, the quarantine, all that, and how people, weren't able to move forward and be social and be out and have the exchange, and how for some people, things closed and people being quarantined, it led to like the Five of Pentacles having difficulties or hard times. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, it talks about being at this place where you have just enough, to cover your needs for life, to maintain your life, to sustain your life. So it's saying, hey, Aquarius, at this point in time or soon, you may find that your inability to socialize or to have your social exchanges as you once did have had a negative effect upon your ability to acquire the resources that you need to sustain your life. And with the Tower card in reverse, it said it wasn't your doing or anything like that. It was an outside force, an unseen force, an unexpected event that occurred. Now I find this interesting again. I'm just looking at it because it seems old and outdated, this particular reading. I find that interesting that this came up. What else could it mean? Am I possibly looking at the card saying that a lot of people are in this place now that are financially suspended? Like you got just enough again to just meet the bare basics, and you're suspended there. Literally, this seems like all I'm saying is like you're suspended there, or to prepare that you'll be suspended there at this time. Or soon you'll be suspended there. I don't know how else to say it. It's just being like the suspense. Again, it seems old and outdated. I'm gonna go into Pisces because this is motorcycle riding back and forth. I know I took a long time. All right, Pisces here. Three of Wands in reverse, pointing back to a Two of Wands, making a decision about what you want to pursue. You make a decision, but you're waiting for something to come in, and it hasn't come in. Then we have the Five of Wands in reverse, pointing back to the Four of Wands. It's like being in a good space when there's potential for competition, high competition. See, I ain't able to think. High competition, 5, 7, competition. Almost seems like investment to me. And I say that because with the Two of Wands, I'm saying, okay, you have an ambition, you know what you want to do, but what you need to get you started or to move you forward doesn't come in. And then it talks about this competition. It almost seems like people putting in like applications for some grants or funding, that kind of thing, and everybody after their own interest, everybody coming after the grant. You know what you want to do if you get the grant, but the grant so far hasn't come to you, Pisces. It may be going to somebody else, you don't know, but it's just this highly competitive energy that I'm picking up. Anywho, with Pisces, the next card is the Magician. The Magician talks about having the ability, the skills, the tactic, the know-how to manipulate circumstances, situation, and people in your favor. The Five of Wands and the Magician card are repeat cards for this particular reading. And the next card is the Queen of Pentacles as a she. The Queen of Pentacles talks about mastery in the ability to, in this physical world, to build, create, sustain, or maintain something. And the last card is the Death card. It talks about it's a time for change. So, Pisces, I want to go ahead and read yours to see if it helped me understand Aquarius, because Aquarius again seems like people are suspended, financially suspended, or I'm not saying broke, they just don't have the extras to live like the incredible best life. You got enough to pay your I guess your basic bills and food, that kind of thing, and you go in your house, you can chill, you got your table, it's that kind of energy. and not being able to get out and live the way you once had has again diminished you, but yet you're still okay. You're not living an extraordinary life that you like or whatever, but you're okay. That's what Aquarius is saying. And it's the direct result of something happening. And we, based on, our experiences, we know what happened over a year ago. It's like that. Changed everything. Because Aquarius, what? Is a representative for each of us who exists that create, at this time, that create humanity. So that's what it talks about. And then Pisces goes in and saying, okay, you know what you want to do. You have an aim, you have an interest, passion. But where are the funds? Where are the resources? Where are where's the support? The Pisces, your cards kind of put me in the mindset of people that own businesses and they've been complaining about not being able to get good help, in all of this. That's what it seems like. Because you have the aim, the ambition, but everybody doing something else other than coming to support you, in your ambition, like coming to get employed or something like that. And how you just have the capability to, like a restaurant owner, to be that restaurant owner, to manifest, to cook, to provide something, for the public. You got all that. But it's saying, even for y'all, it's time to transform. It's like changing. How can I say this? Like a restaurant, a person that owns a restaurant, as an example. Prior to all this that has gone on, I'm trying to offer you an example of what I'm seeing. And then the event that occurred in 2020 occurred, and then there's the layoffs, the whatever, the quarantine, and the whole thing. And so the employee, what do you call it? The employee payrolls, I was trying to think of earlier. But the employees are laid off, or their time is diminished, so you can't be as productive as you once were as a restaurant owner. And so you're trying desperately because you already know what you want to do. You're good at it. You can make a habit of that. And it almost seems like it's saying that a person under that type of scenario is running into blockages because it's time for the death card. It's time for the transformation. And what kind of transformation are we talking about here? This is what I'm thinking between Aquarius and Pisces, what it's talking about. Because remember, Pisces is a representative for the collective experience, collective conscious, and what ultimately ends up manifesting in reality. If the tarot cards are saying, hey, Pisces, I know you got what it takes, you did it before, things happen out of your control, and now you don't look like you can get it back up and running like a restaurant, whatever, it's because it's time for that old system to die, which is also that's also shown in astrology about the old system constructs dying. One social construct I can think about dying is economics, financial. Like people that may be have worked at a restaurant before all of this, they might have been making, I don't know, $10, $11. Was that enough to live on? So when the death card comes in and saying, hey, the reason why your stuff is not taken back off, it's time for that to die. It's not so, another way this could be manifesting, something that's been trending before, is that we are all gluttonous. So it's the killing of the animals, the meat have to die. So that's what it's saying for Pisces. In order to get the world back up and running, to create a new normal, is we have to go ahead and define it. That's what it's saying. Pisces, you got to go ahead and define it so it can get started. So how can I say this? Because I'm looking at Aquarius too, because again, the reading seems outdated, saying, okay, you just got enough now to live on. That's it. You can't do what you once did. Even though you physically can do it, I'll say you naturally can do it, but you physically can't because the circumstances and situations won't allow you to go out and create or build your best life, people. And then Pisces saying you can't get it started, the new norm, because you ain't defined the new norm. So, what's the new norm? This is the issue. If I'm seeing this right, it's like the old paradigm said that it was okay for minimum wage to exist as an example. These are just examples to try to make what I'm seeing make sense. And people worked 40, 50, 60 hours a week on minimum wage. In reality, it wasn't enough for them to live a reasonable quality of life. Now that old paradigm has been disrupted. And a new paradigm, you've entered a new paradigm, but you're refusing, not just you, Pisces, the people, collective, are refusing to define the new paradigm. The new paradigm. And this goes so deep because this goes really, really deep here. Because when it starts talking about defining the new paradigm, there's so much to take in consideration. Okay. One step is Pisces, you're over like defining, as an example, minimum wage. What will it be? Will it now be $15, I think, Biden or whoever said an hour? Okay. If Pisces, the new paradigm, defines minimum wage as $15, that's the change. That's the death of the old paradigm and the establishment of the new paradigm or the new norm. Question still emerges. Will it be enough? Because that's what Aquarius is talking about. Just having enough. Will it be enough? Taking in consideration, I'll say, God stars going to eat. The cost of living is going to increase. Different things like that. Price of cost of living. Food's going to go up. Shelter expenses are going to go up. Taxes are going to go up. Will $15 an hour be enough for people to live in this new paradigm? This is some deep stuff. Because if not, even though it's a new paradigm, the same or similar outcome can occur as it did for us in the last year or two. So interesting. Anyway, let me try to sum this up for Aquarius and what it's saying for you to be helpful to the individual. It's saying this is a time period that things will get a little tight, financially tight. Be prepared. Be prepared. Also for Aquarius, you may be called to, like destined, to be a speaker, social speaker, social activist, and it won't be beneficial to you. It won't be beneficial to you, not at all. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I said. Aquarius, this is a time period, and not just Aquarius. Aquarius is what representative of each individual that exists at any given time. Namely, this time things are going to get financially tight. You should have just enough, or have just enough to sustain yourself. And also, Aquarius, or those that are destined to, you will be called to be a spokesperson, a social activist, or something like that, and you'll be speaking on behalf of like the underdog or people that are in need or in danger of falling into poverty or hardship or difficulty. That's what you'll be speaking for on behalf of. Okay. And I gotta say is I don't think that these people that are fated or destined to be social activists or speakers or something like that. It's not like they like already established social figures. Most of them are not established social figures. They're not Al Sharptons or Donald Trumps. They're not already out, many of them in the public side. They are not. These people, because the reason I say that, because the Tower card comes in reverse, and it just talks about sudden, unanticipated, and unexpected events that occur that are shocking, and it is awakening people. So I believe these are just everyday normal people, many of them, that will begin to spring up, soon and very soon. Tomorrow, right now is the end of June. So we're talking about by July, through July. Let's watch, let's see how many people begin to speak up. Oh, well, we still have to wait for Pisces. Like, well, it comes in slowly. But now through July, both through Pisces, through the year, death card. Okay. And so then and Pisces is saying, okay, it's Pisces, in order to give you a summary to try to assist in the individual, even though it's for even more than individual. It's saying it's time to define the new paradigm. It's time to define it. We haven't defined it. Define the new paradigm so we can get things going. Based on my stuff, my studies and everything, all my work, either we build in heaven or we build in hell. And we are procrastinating in defining the new paradigm. Pisces, define the new paradigm. What does the new paradigm look like when you define it? Well, you are, as an example, if you are Pisces and you are an employer, you are going to establish the pay. The pay. You're going to establish what they call it, the benefits associated with the job that you offer, with the positions that you offer, something like that. You will define the new paradigm. You will define the new paradigm, Pisces, if you are a restaurant owner or food is your niche, and you may have had, I don't know, gourmet eatery, I don't know, and now you become vegan, plant-based, and that's what your restaurant is about, and healthy eating or whatever. You're going to define the new paradigm, and that will become our norm, the standards. You're talking about establishing the standards, the norm for the new paradigm. Hope that makes sense. And one other thing with Pisces, because it's a highly competitive period, how can I say this? Okay, it's so many different areas of life or aspects, it's school, it's, I don't know, is the 11 core constructs, is music, is fashion, is, I don't know, dietary, I'm talking about that, is health. And so the Five of Wands talks about all of those various aspects of life that have to be defined. Yes, it's going to be very active. Let's say, because it's people that deal in the same area, like educators all over the world, and cooks all over the world, and I don't know, teachers all over the world, and different things like that, and how competitive it is, and it's establishing, like I say, certain people are trying to go, like yourself, Pisces, actually, you're trying to go back to what was. You're trying to still work with what was, and it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. It's like it's time for you, Pisces, to be a trendsetter. That's what like that, trendsetter. If you want the grants, if you want the funding, if you want to be successful, if you want to be the pioneer, then it's time for you to set the trend. That, I hope that made sense. Set the trend, and you set yourself out and away from the competition. Does that make sense? It's competition. But you also have, have the responsibility there, or the blood, possible blood on your hands about what ends up manifesting in the future. Like I said, based on my studies, it's about either we going to create heaven or hell in this world. And so it depends on what you do, Pisces. See, I'm making it broad again. Even though this is your real life world, Pisces, your real, your real life, Pisces, on an individual basis, It is. Your individual life is so broad because you represent the collective and what we end up doing. So how can I say this as an individual? As an individual, best I can do is go back to if you like are a restaurant owner. Let me see if I can simple that. Family. You're a family person. I don't know, family man, family woman. How was your life? How did your life look before? Defining everything. Did you go to work 9 to 5? Your spouse go to work 9 to 5? Were they a homemaker while you went to work, vice versa? Did the kids go to school? Yada yada yada. Whatever. However it looked before. Now the new paradigm is being defined. How does it look now? Are you both working from home? Can you live on one income? I'm trying to do the best I can for individual Pisces, but it's somehow saying the reason why you're stagnated at this time, Pisces, is because you too, on an individual level, on a micro level, you have to define your new, the new paradigm. An example of how this may look is, again, going back to people that's saying they got these jobs, but nobody's coming in. Why? Because they were getting paid significantly higher receiving unemployment than they was getting at work. Okay, so you could be a Pisces that is a person that is receiving unemployment and you don't want to go back to work because you was working for minimum wage or damn near. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just been that much easier for you to stay at home, take care of your significant other, homeschool your kids, and keep pulling unemployment. At that point in time, as an individual Pisces, you have not defined the new paradigm or where you stand in the new paradigm. And so this is saying the period is coming, going back to Aquarius, the sign before you, that the period is coming that you're going to have barely enough to just sustain your life, the basics of your life. And it's saying, hey, Pisces, define your new reality, define yourself in the new paradigm. So it's saying, go get that, basically, go get a job that, of course, resonates with you. It's deep. It can really get deep here between Aquarius and Pisces here. It says define yourself in the new paradigm, because soon or very soon, what has been carrying you ain't gonna carry you. It's not gonna carry you. And I don't know how to say. I can say it, but I ain't gonna go into detail. It's not gonna carry you. Like the end of unemployment is going to come, and it's not going to be. You're not going to be able to sustain yourself until you define yourself in relationship to the new paradigm. That's what you got to do. So whatever job you're going to go do, find it now in order to begin to, establish yourself and those up under your care within the new paradigm. That's on a micro level. And on a macro level, Pisces saying, hey, establish the new paradigm. Set up the whatever the minimum wage is going to be. Set up the poverty line, whatever it's going to be. Whatever, what they call it, budget changes going to do it now. That's what it's saying overall. It's saying if you're a restaurant and the whole thing, this collective conscious is enough killing animals, that do it right now. Stop procrastinating. That's what it's saying. It says, the cards are saying, you will not be able to move forward and establish the new norm until you do. And again, that's for both the collective and the individual. Thank you for coming here to Can Angels Fly. Ask whoever you are to please check all that apply to you. And hopefully I can come back and do another one. Not today, I don't know when it'll be, but I wanted to take a look at this particular reading and aspect what my findings would be. Aquarius will be successful. I pray so. Better get it together, Aquarius. Aquarius, or the people of the world, get it together. It's like when I'm picking up from that reading, it's like the world, I hate to be a negative Nancy, but it almost seems like the world's about to start deteriorating if we do not get to business. Hi, Debbie. I haven't seen you in a minute. Well, I ain't been on here in a minute. Exactly, because I got dropped down at work on hours. Got dropped down. So there again, I'll make it, but I'll figure it out. Praise here. Yep, great job, Nancy, as always. Thank you. It was rough. Again, I haven't read the tarot cards. I haven't even touched these cards, I think in a month, at least. You say refusing to define a new paradigm. Of course not. Narcissists hate to define set boundaries. Oh, we should continue to things of creating new financial ways. Yeah, it's up to us. Create heaven at home. It's how we demonstrate God. Please don't let nobody have that. I don't feel like all that. Our sincerity. Sincerity of wanting heaven in society. And if everybody can have that mindset. Well, anywho, thank you all for coming here to Can Angels Fly. Until next time, y'all. Bye.